Big Monster Mitch to do reading update. I did a quick video yesterday. Just it wasn't planned. It was just spur of the moment. But like I said, this video is for a quick reading update. I finished chapter 19 and chapters 19 and 20 of Heart-Shaped Box, give or take around lunch or a little before lunch today. So I'm on chapter 21 currently of Joe Hill's Heart-Shaped Box. So um, that is an awesome story if you haven't checked it out yet. And you're into horror thriller type stories. And if you're into Stephen King at all, do yourself a favor and um, I would say check out any Joe Hill story. Uh, I'm saying specifically Heart-Shaped Box because that's the first book of his proper that I've given ample time and effort towards, but I'm sure any of his short stories or other novels are just as good. I know he has Nosferatu, that's NOS, the number 4, the letter A, and the number 2 as a license plate. That's, kind of a vampire-esque type story. I know they turned that book of his into I believe a TV series. I don't know if it was a TV miniseries or just like TV series. I'm not really sure what channel, station it was on. That was maybe 5, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6. So I don't know. I didn't really watch it. I may have watched the first episode or so, but I didn't really pay too much attention or give it too much time. I did try to read the book Nosferatu, but like I said, I didn't, pay too much attention to Joe Hill. Anyway, until now, that is, and I'm really regretting not giving him more attention. If you don't know, I've said it a couple times, and it's more than likely common knowledge that Joe Hill is one of Stephen King's sons. So yeah, and his lineage shows. I believe it's been said that Joe Hill, has been given permission and has written within the King multiverse. If he has anything out there that references his dad's universal multiverse, I haven't run across it yet, but I will eventually because this is the first Hill book or story that I've been reading, but by any means, it won't be the last. So, like I said, as of right now, I'm just, you know, I just reached chapter 21 of Heart Shaped Box. That's the first chapter in the second part of the book. I believe there's 4 parts. So I'm more or less 130 pages into a 370 to 380 page book. So that's a little over 30%, like maybe close to 35% in the book overall. And ironically, before coming in this room to record this video, I read a couple of pages of Stephen King, Stephen King's book, The Stand, and honestly, nothing to talk about there really. I literally just read 2 pages of that book. Pages 8 and 9 respectively. So, I still have pages 10 and 11 before reaching the second chapter of The Stand. But come on, with 1100 and nearly 60 pages, give or take, know, any little bit of a book or story that I or anybody has read, I'll take that as a win or whatever, however you want to phrase it. Really and truly, the little bit I read of Heart Shaped Box today really wasn't. It was a little more than 2 pages. I was on the last page and a half, 2 pages of chapter 19 when I started Heart Shaped Box earlier today. So really and truly, I read maybe 3 or 4 pages, somewhere around there, give or take. So all in all, between the 2 books, I read 5 to 6 pages, of reading today. Any little bit adds up. It counts. Um, don't let anybody sit here and say, "Oh, you have to read, 100 pages, 50 pages at a time each day," or it's not worth it. Whatever it is to you, whatever little goal you might have set for yourself, um, you know, at any time, whether it be 2 pages, 3 pages, five, 6, 10, 50, it doesn't matter. However many pages you read at one time, or in a day, or in a week, it doesn't matter. Hey, as long as you're reading or enjoying your time with somebody's story, that's what really matters overall. And it doesn't matter what you read. It could be comic books, it could be novels, it could be short stories, it could be, nonfiction, self help books. It doesn't matter. Just read something. And if you don't enjoy reading, that's fine too. Don't force yourself unless you absolutely have to read for like a job or school or something. If you don't enjoy reading, it's fine. For quite a while in my lifetime, I would hardly ever, or, you know, never really read much or at all unless I was in school. So, don't let yourself or anybody tell you have to do something. You don't really have to do anything. Like I said, unless it's for school, work, or something like that, then yes, you may have to, suffer through it. But, you other than that, there's not much I can say in the context of this video. It's just like I said, a reading update. To let you know that finally I did read a little bit. Just like I said, between two books, maybe 5 or 6 pages. But I'll let you go with that. And as always, have a good day, good evening, and love yourselves and each other. And before I officially close out this video on the topic of reading, I'm thinking of doing a video, um, you know, not really talking about reasons for or against reading, just, you know, why I came back around to reading after, like I just said, for years of not really caring or wanting to read. I'll dive into some specifics within the context of that video when I do decide to make and upload that particular video. But, I'm thinking of an idea for that, of reasons why I wasn't too keen on reading and why over time I decided to slowly but surely, you know, get back into it, even though um, I don't read as much as I feel like I could. Like I said, we'll get into that when that time comes. But yeah, what have you been up to? Have you been playing video games like myself, like I've been doing? Um, are you watching movies, TV shows? Uh, are you reading any good books like I am currently, or have been when I decide to read? Like from by Stephen King or Joey Hill or anything. It doesn't matter. Um, so with that, I'll let you go and call this a video, call that a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.